Welcome back and happy Tuesday, Squirrel Nation. Today we are going to dive into some Teemee play that is actually my own personal gameplay. Let's start with Teemee's build. So Teemee's build is actually it's exact same as my Mina build. I use this build for a lot of supports, but anyways, quick overview is the Windstone. I want the regen and I want the movement speed. Then I go into my movement speed boots as my second item, and then I finish off the support item for the shield, and I think it just has really good stats for its value. Go into Gaia's for magic protection. Shield of the Lost, Mail of Pain, same thing. They're melee counters, and I use them on Teemee because Teemee is all about being close and CCing the enemy. His revive has a good range, but his CC and his hook are both close range, so Shield of the Lost is very useful. Arcana, Indomitable, Benevolence, Valiance, just the standard support. So anyways, having said that, let's dive in. So the main point of the video today is actually just going to be annoyance. To me, this is a core thing in support, is annoy the enemy team, make everything hard, make them work for things that should be easy. Teemee is the personification of this. I would call Teemee the god of annoyance. And throughout the game, you're going to see what I mean by annoyance. So here we go, same thing, they're starting their jungle, I want to check the buffs. So we go in here, we almost get a kill. Fennec burns his flash, loses tons of health, so great trade for us, okay? And she comes, same thing, we're going to start chunking down, we're just annoying them, right? At this point, Fennec is actually not the jungler is Zill, but their team feels they have to secure red because we're putting so much pressure on it. And our Lindis grabs the red, great. You notice their jungler Zill has showed up now. The fight from here gets a little crazy. We did steal their buff. I'm trying not to lose a kill on our team. We do unfortunately lose Xanis, but that was more just because of his attention. He could have ran away as soon as he saw that fight breaking out. But anyways, at this point, I'm not that upset with how the game's starting. We stole their red buff. We forced some fights. Their team health is below us, even though we lost a kill. So we're doing okay. Here's a mistake. I should have stalled the minion wave away from the tower around here and let Xanis come, so notice he was right there. So basically I cost Xanis 2 minions worth of golden experience. That's a minor mistake. So as Teemee, I'm checking the brush, I'm running around the map with my stun, okay? Me and the other support are going to fight over this bush. These bushes are very important because without these bushes, it's much harder to gank, and it's also much harder to roam to dragon, which you notice just came up. So, okay, the dragon area fight's beginning. One part of being annoying is making the enemy team use their damage and use their cooldowns on you, right? Use their summoner skills. So you're going to notice in here, I'm just positioning myself so that the enemy team kind of wants to chase me and make them waste their stuff, right? Same thing, I'm letting my jungler finish. Fennec wanted to go for the steal, but I'm going to come back combo in on him. And now we're in a pretty favorable position, right? So those 3 people used all of their damage on me, and then my team closed in from all different sides and cleaned them up. So this trade ends up going well. We ended up trading 2 for 3, and the even better news is we killed their jungler. Unfortunately, we did lose our jungler, but that ended very well. 2 of their carries died, only 1 of our carries died. And a lot of that was because as Teemee, I was being annoying, right? I was running around there, positioning around dragon. I'm not going to let you guys take this control of the river easily. When they use all their damage, my team comes and cleans up. So things are going great. Once again, I'm watching red buff. Okay, I notice they're pulling red buff at this point. Okay, I know. So now I'm trying to... I start pinging rally because I want to see if any of my teammates respond. I'm looking around. Okay, 3 of them are bottom. Xanis is top. Nobody's going to help me with red. I'm not going to waste time there. Right? I was deciding, should I clear mid? There is 3 teammates bottom. I didn't see Azenka. He did come like right after I committed to roaming down here. But still, Liliana is roaming to go get her own wave. And I think she only missed 1. It looked like she missed 1, maybe 2 CS. So maybe I should have cleaned the lane there, but that's a minor thing. Here I would not have stole those CS, but I saw everybody going top, and I wanted to get to Dragonside Bush as quickly as possible because I don't want them roaming like this back through to middle and catching Liliana not paying attention. So anyways, same thing there. I'm predicting where my enemies are going to go. I knew that they just killed Dragon, so I knew they probably want to rotate bottom where my team's putting focus. So I'm just keeping vision on them. So notice my team, I give them vision of 3 people rotating. Unfortunately, Ari, I guess, didn't notice or just felt she was committed, so she stayed. We also knew blue was up, so that's why I'm coming back up here to just, once again, make them use stuff. So notice, Zill just used his punish. One thing I got out. Zill just used his ultimate. Azenka just used his ultimate, right? And they're not going to get a kill. So I just made 2 carry characters, blow their ultimates, use summoner skill, and I got out alive. Okay, I see, notice this coming. My plan's to come to revive. I do pop it. I could have held it. Liliana already got out of the situation herself, so that's a misplay also. But honestly, I should have scrolled down to look at the enemy health levels more, but I just noticed that Liliana was really low, and I was just focused on getting over there to get my ultimate off on her. But anyway, so map awareness, my team realized what's happening in our jungle, we rotate, and we end up with positive kills, so that works out well. Same thing here. I'm thinking, okay, bottom's pushing in, mid needs somebody. I'm going to come clear this bush. If you notice, I fight for this mid bush a lot. It's a great control point, and if you notice, I scared out the enemy mid laner, and I saw their jungler, who was trying to set up a gank also on our Liliana. So as support, I'm keeping Liliana safe. Okay, pause right here. Once again, the enemies are blowing a lot of stuff on me, and at this point, I'm actually going to die. But my plan here, which goes well, is I'm going to flash over this wall. But the thing is, I saw my Liliana sit here. The enemies are clumped up. She's already within her combo range. So in this case, I assumed that my Liliana would dump out a bunch of burst on the enemy team. I think she's just scared. So she ends up not even showing them that she's in the bush. So she doesn't throw any skills. I end up dying. If she would have stunned and went with her abilities, I'm almost positive I would have survived. But anyways. So there's the flash into the bush, and you notice she didn't throw skills, so it's not a big deal. But once again, Azenka blows his ult. So once again, as Teemee, as any support, you're trying to soak a lot of damage. You're trying to bait out all the skills out of your enemy team, because if they use all their cooldowns to kill you as the support, they don't have them to kill your carries. And then your carries come in and they clean them up without taking very much damage at all. So Dragon's up again. I'm sure I'm going to go towards that, right? Blue buff is also there, so I know Lindis wants to go clear blue, and then probably Dragon. So I'm going to come protect her, check these bushes in case they're setting up ganks, right? We start clearing the river. We did see the Superman and Pura. Lindis is helping me, awesome. She's setting up her vision wards. So she has her vision ward in that upper bush, so I'm going to come and protect mid a little bit. We do see people rotating from top. I think Lindis said during this game that she was having a lot of lag issues, so I think some of these things came down to just lag. So anyways, rotating up, protect. If you notice, I'm going to take this bush. The reason why is because I know Xanis wants to take this vision, and this bush is the place that the enemy team wants to sit so that they can snipe the vision. Unfortunately, the enemy support also comes, and at that point, if I stayed in the bush, it would have been 3v me, and I probably would have died because my flicker is down. So I don't get greedy, and I back out. And if you notice, as soon as I did that, Fennec took the bush, and then Fennec did steal the vision. So that's another thing. I know Fennec wants to go for our tower, so I start setting up my CC. Here, notice that I don't use my ult panic. I'm waiting, I'm trying to bait them, right? And nothing happens, so that's fine. Keep in mind as Teemee, if you use your ultimate, you have now essentially given up your deterrence, right? The enemies didn't dive onto Xanis in that case because they knew that I have my ultimate. As soon as I would have used that ultimate, they would have backed out, and then they would have just wait for my ultimate to wear off, and then I guarantee they would have engaged very heavily onto Xanis. So be really careful when you're teaming about ultimate. Once again, here's my ultimate because I use this, and this is actually worth going back, and I will pause at the right moment. If you notice, I go here. I'm getting low, so I'm already thinking about my ultimate. Another thing is I'm not going to use my support skill until after I revive, okay? Because to me, I could use it before, but I'm really trying to get value out of my ultimate and my teammates rotating down. So anyways, my plan is I'm going to use that after I die, right? Because once I revive, okay, if I use it now, I have no shield, then I revive, I still have very little health when I revive, the enemy can kill me. If I die, I revive, then I use shield, then I have enough health to get away, which you will see. Here, the reason I do use my ult when I'm at that health is actually because I notice enemy Fennec coming over here, and I want to absorb his damage. Like we said, I want to soak the damage so that my Ahri and my Lindis coming up can get a bunch of damage and a bunch of kills. So I come up, we get that, I ult, see, notice the Fennec just came down, Fennec blows his S1 on me, puts a lot of damage on me, and notice I use my shield and I run away like we talked about. So they're still fighting, more of the enemies rotate, so at this point I'm just like, retreat, get out of there, right? It ended up too much. Lindis did rotate top, which was fine. So we do lose one person. Yeah, that was just unfortunate. The enemy team rotated better than we did. But I think that's still a solid play. I don't think I would do anything even if I went back. So once again, Dragon's up. We need to fight over this. So I'm going to help make space, right? What's my idea? Space. I know the dragon's out of the pit, it's going to reset. When it's this far, it's going to reset. So I'm not worrying about damaging it or anything like that. Once again, okay, they're putting damage on me, that's fine. I have my ult for me and Xanis. I do run away because I notice that none of our team is there. I should have probably looked at the minimap a little sooner and realized that it was only the three of us, Lindis, me, Xanis, and I probably shouldn't have even taken as much poke as I did. But anyways, that's how that goes. So now, same thing, I'm looking at objectives. The enemy jungle is up a lot. Our top lane is pushed, so it's mainly, our bottom lane is pushed where Superman's clearing. Fennec's pushing in our top now in our mid. So I know my attention's going to have to go there. Here I see the Lindis getting in a fight. I'm positioning myself to save her. Alright, I want to use that ult. At the same time, I don't blow the ult. I don't waste things that aren't needed. My team notices top is pushing in. They're going for it. That's good. As I said in the beginning, always annoying. I want to make even taking small jungle camps hard. So that's how that goes. Same thing, I know I'm going to ultimate here. So Zil split damage between us, and it's fine. Neither of us died, but I did help Lindis disengage. So big thing, I'm protecting Lindis. Lindis is a beast in the jungle. Mid-game, she can just carry you through the game. So I really want to keep her alive, keep her farming. So that is why I will go for those type of engages. Anyways, kind of another theme through this video you will notice is it's not always about kills. A lot of the time, it's about good trades. And a good trade is any time that the enemy gives up more health than you give up. So in a lot of these trades, if you notice, my team, we're not getting kills. The enemy team's not getting kills, but my team is winning the health war. So, like right here, how low do we get Superman? Right? So notice, Superman's getting extremely low. And Superman actually dies. Unfortunately, to kill him, Lindis went in and got that. But me and the Lindis don't lose too much health. The Lindis barely went down health. Lindis was already low to begin with. Unfortunately, Liliana did dive in. But honestly, Liliana, if she just wouldn't have got the kill on Superman, he still would have had to go back to heal because he had almost no health, and she still would have had almost full health. So that was actually that is an example of where I think my team did a poor trade of health. Another thing to consider on that note is when you are the team that is ahead, you don't want to trade kills. When you're the team that's behind, you do want to trade kills. The reason for that is the behind team is going to get more gold, more benefit from getting additional kills, whereas the team that's ahead, the people that they are ahead of are worth less gold. So it is always a good trade when you're behind to go 1-for-1. It is always a bad trade when you are ahead to go 1-for-1. So Liliana's setting up a nice gank. Same thing here, right? Making space. I'm ready to use my stuff if I need to. In that case, using the shield, that was probably a panic shield. I honestly could have waited on that. Okay, nice. And just cleaning up. So as you can see, our carries are getting more and more fed, and it's starting to show. So notice Lindis is level 15, and the Liliana is already level 13. So yes, these things are going well. So we're pushing mid. I do see the minion wave coming. I'm kind of at this point gauging if my Lindis and Liliana are wanting to push the tower. I think at this point I realize they don't want to, so I start to back off. Yep, and same thing, just poke, trades. All good. Pura overextends, and that's going to be a death for her. So once again, just solid trades, right? Solid trades. Another kill comes, Zill. And, oh, I do miss that ult. So, yeah, that was a poorly timed ult. I got a little too greedy. I wasn't sure because Zill hops between people spreading damage, so I wasn't sure Liliana was going to die, and I honestly just got greedy. I should have just used my ult. I mean, the thing about Teemee's ult is it does have a long cooldown. That's why I'm more hesitant to use it. But at that point, we're already ahead. Like I said, we don't want to trade kills. I just shouldn't have risked it. I should have just used the ult and made sure Liliana didn't die. So that was a poor play. So at this point, I'm not sure what I'm doing, looking. So at this point, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, we're down to high ground towers. We're having trouble getting them. I want to push all the lanes and then either secure Darkslayer or try to finish one of these high ground towers. Our Xanus is just overextended. I don't want to go up there. I position over here because I do know their team's going to be rotating from their blue side because there was all 4 of them that we just watched kill Xanus, so I'm just setting myself up as a vision ward to see when their team rotates away from blue side. And you notice Superman did, but the other ones didn't, so you know that they're still around that area or they're still coming this back way. So they're not coming into my team and trying to set ambushes or anything like that. So that's how a support can basically act as a vision ward. So same things. Okay, mid we have pushing well, right? And Arya was just pushing the bottom a little bit. Same thing, I would like to push the other lanes, but I can't really. I kind of have to wait for my carries, so I'm just trying to make space. Same thing. The reason I flash there is because Fennec can destroy me. If you notice, I almost died. If he would have got probably one more auto attack, I would have died. So that flash may seem crazy, but that was a... I for sure would have died if I didn't flash right there. Okay, so my team does decide to go Darkslayer with mid pushed and the side lanes at least even, so that's good. And I am going to grab Vision. And unfortunately, Fennec came in, and that is why I don't think it was a good call, because you do want your... If we would have pushed in bottom and top, and mid was pushed and then Darkslayer, that would have been better, because if the enemy would have come in for the steal like they did, then our team probably would have got at least one of the high ground towers. But in this case, it wasn't good because we only had one lane pushed. So that means we're only distracting maybe one person on their team. Another thing about Darkslayer that's different than Dragon you need to consider is Darkslayer you can't pull out of the pit. So Darkslayer is actually easier to steal. It's safer for the enemy team to steal Darkslayer because they can position behind the Darkslayer pit and they can steal it like that Fennec did. With Dragon, you can pull it out so that they can't hit it from behind the pit. But anyways, we end up getting an ace. You know, our damage kicks in from when they got the Darkslayer. I think they got a little cocky, but that was more the carries doing it. Anyways, to summarize, today I hope what you got out of this video, it's very important to be really annoying and soak damage. Like, soaking as much of the enemy team's damage as you can, soaking their, like, getting them to use their cooldowns, getting them to just put their auto attacks on you, their killer moves on you, and getting them to use their summoner skills is a win as a support. Like, as a support, that should be your goal. Your goal should be take as much damage as you can while surviving and bait out as many cooldown abilities as you can while surviving. So anyways, I hope that's what you took from today's video. As always, happy ranking and have a great day. Take care.